And as an immigrant or as an outsider, most people, when you think America, when you think the United States, you think New York City.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, screw it, I'm just going to go to New York. I had no money, no connections, literally had no idea where I was going, but I just got a bus and just hopped in the bus, and 6 hours later, I landed in New York City. Originally, I'm Albanian, right? So I found out that there's a pretty big Albanian community in the Bronx, people who did the same thing I was doing just years ago, right? And now they're established, they have restaurants, they have businesses, right? I'm going up, it's Fordham Road, and I make a right, Arthur Avenue. The first restaurant I face, I knock on the door, I walk in, they're
What's
not
the
open
name?
yet. Michelangelo's restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like an Italian restaurant. And I open the door, and there's a couple guys there, and they all look Albanian. Like, no one looks Italian. And they look at me, I have a backpack. I'm like, hey, man, I just told them, this is who I am. I'm just landing here. I'm looking for any opportunity. I got to figure this out. And I mean, imagine you run into a person like that in just your regular day at your job, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, what? One of the managers says, hey, my apartment is across the street from the restaurant. Here's my keys to my apartment. Go there, take a nap, take a shower, relax, come back later, and we'll figure it out. Mind you, I just met this guy.
Yeah.
I remember the manager walks up to me, goes, hey, 2 of my bus boys in the restaurant just quit. He goes, do you want the job? I'm like, yeah, of course I want the job. So that day I get the job. I'm still crashing at his apartment.
Wow.
And the next day I start working. If you're an American young person, like a 21-year-old, you're thinking about finding yourself, right? But the way, like, I'm not trying to sound arrogant, but like the way most Americans find themselves is, oh, I'm going to college.
Right.
My parents are paying for it. My apartment is paid for. I'm moving back in with my parents. I'm going to take my time to figure it out.
Take a year off.
I'm going to take a year off.
That one too,
yeah, I'm going to take a year off to figure it out. I didn't have a day to take off. I didn't have a minute. I had to literally grind, right? I had to grind, man.
Respect.
Yeah, the restaurant is called Mr. Chow.
Oh, I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, Mr. Chow. You know Mr. Chow in the Hangover movies.
Yes.
So there's a scene where the real Mr. Chow is in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's a celebrity, that guy. Like, he has restaurants in New York. He has 2 restaurants, Malibu, I think Dubai. Like, he's got restaurants all over the world. So I meant they hired me, and then literally I remember next week I was serving AC/DC they had a concert, and I'm like, what is happening? Realtors complain, oh, Zillow is taking us out of business.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they will take us out of business by providing better solutions to the consumer.
So better interface.
Better, but I mean, that's just only one. But if you think about it, their whole business model is to provide better and simpler solutions directly to the consumer. The way the MLS is designed is that it provides better solutions to the realtor, but in order for the consumer to want to find information, specific, fast information about a property, they have to reach out to the realtor. So, yeah, the fate of realtors who are doing 3 to 5 deals a year, I think within 5, potentially 10 years, it's going to be really hard for you to be doing this.